love being high. You know, when your neurotransmitters are going at it and it's sort of an out of control, out of body experience. It feels absolutely awesome. Matter of fact, I'm high right now. Right? How many of you have ever been high? It's okay, you can admit it. Doesn't it feel absolutely wonderful, like you're on top of the world and you can do anything and everything you put your mind to? But you might think that I'm talking about the high that leaves you with the munchies. I'm talking about the high of life, the complete euphoric bliss that you literally can do anything and everything you put your mind to. I'm going to share with you a few times in my life where I've been nothing but ultimately high. And I hope from that I can allow you to be inspired, to inspire yourself to also reach that ultimate high. So first, we'll start with ice cream. I absolutely love everything about ice cream. My whole entire life, I've literally loved this sweet, creamy, delicious treat. It makes you happy. It makes you jump for joy. When you're a kid and on a bad day, when you're coming home from work, it somehow fills you up with good and happy energy. For me, ice cream's a little bit more than that. For some odd reason, after falling in love with the taste of it, I decided I'm actually gonna research it. And so, I went to the University of Wisconsin-Madison, where I've recently earned my PhD in researching the microstructure, sensorial, and compositional behaviors of ice cream and other frozen aerated desserts. But what that basically means is I dissect ice cream like we used to dissect frogs in high school. But for me, instead of looking at the intestines and the heart, I look at air cells, ice crystals, fat globules, and the serum phase, and how they all interact to allow ice cream to melt. So basically, I've watched hundreds upon hundreds of ice cream melt. Sort of like watching paint dry or grass grow, a little bit more entertaining than that, but that's basically what I love. But for me, researching ice cream became so much more than that. During my graduate school career, I had the opportunities to be able to share my love of ice cream with people from all generations, from an 8-year-old to an 80-year-old, and allow them to see through something as simple as ice cream how they too could understand and grasp onto science. I was able to show young high schoolers possibilities when they thought that they never understood anything about science, but they understood why ice crystals grow a certain way when you freeze faster versus when you're freezing slower, like in your home freezer. It was those moments that enlightened me to be high. And then this other high came when I was 26. I decided, I'm 26, there's this race that you can run that's 26 miles, so hey, I might as well run that race. And so I ran my first marathon. 26 miles for 26 years of life was what I entitled it. And I got my family and friends together and I said, all right, you, family and friends, be at the different mile markers in which you met me. So my parents at mile marker 0 and my friends from college at mile marker 18. From that journey, although I didn't win the race, I walked a lot. I blacked out at mile 10, just for a minute. And it's really because, although I trained, I neglected to really eat properly the night before. But nonetheless, I finished the race. And I thought I had the ultimate high, like that runner's high that you just thrive off of. But after walking, icing, nurturing my body back to health, I realized that that high actually came from seeing people on the sides cheering us on, encouraging us to put one foot in front of the other. I actually realized that that high came from having people in my family who never, ever thought of working out start to try and work out, to try and make themselves better. So it was no longer about me running that marathon. It was about them starting to run their marathon, whatever that marathon was for them. It was about seeing a 75-year-old run her 15th marathon, or a father push his physically disabled son so that he too can complete his marathon. That was what it was for me. And so every mile that we ran, every mile that I've inspired people, every mile that they've been able to inspire themselves, that's what keeps me getting high. And there's this other thing that I've done that involved miles. Much of it is a race around the world where my lab mate and I, Amy, we decided that we were going to go on literally a race around the world. Science wasn't working too well, and we wanted to sort of maybe just take a break. And so we did that. We tried out for the Amazing Race. And if you're not sure what that is, here's a quick synopsis. Take 11 teams of 2, train, ship, fly them around the world, and allow them to do crazy things like tightrope 600 feet in the air, or maybe drive around Marrakesh, Morocco with no map, broken French, no Arabic, hope that they'll win, but if not, prayers that they won't come in last on that leg of the race. At the end of the whole entire race, the team that finishes first on the 12th leg wins the Amazing Race and $1 million. I had the ultimate dream of trying out for the Amazing Race. This would literally be an ultimate high, so I thought. And so with a little convincing, Amy and I went down to Chicago and tried out for the Amazing Race. With a little bribery, we brought ice cream in a box, hoping that would maybe get us in a little bit. And we had 1 minute to prove ourselves to the camera, as well as whoever else would watch our footage, why we should be on the Amazing Race. And with that, about 8 months later, multitude of vaccinations, we were picked to go on the Amazing Race. I thought I had reached the ultimate high. I was living out a dream. I've always wanted to do it, and I was able to achieve it. It no longer mattered if I won the Amazing Race. It mattered that I actually made it on. And so after we found out we were going on the Amazing Race, we went to 8 countries, 4 continents, over 26,000 miles in 3 weeks, competed against top-notch casts of professional surfers, wrestlers, bodybuilders turned dentists, and a multitude of other individuals who didn't think that the sweet scientists were really worth that much. And the producers often asked us, Amy and Maya, are you all ever gonna win a leg or even come close? And we laughed and said, well, as long as we're still here, we are winning. But luckily for us, Amy and I actually did win a leg. We won the 12th leg, the last leg of the Amazing Race. And with that, we were able to win the $1 million and the title. Thank you. But even so much more than that, we became the 3rd female-female team to win a race around the world. Thank you. And I honestly thought I couldn't get any higher than this. I set out to go on the Amazing Race, went on the Amazing Race, and won the Amazing Race. But it was the moments, months later, after the show is airing, when we get the emails, the tweets, the text messages from family, from friends, from strangers, saying, thank you for showing that women scientists are badass. A 14-year-old young lady saying, thank you for showing that scientists are cool. Or that little boy saying, wow, I want to go on the Amazing Race. I want to research food science. I want to be an ice cream scientist. Whatever that meant, we gave people a sense of hope, a sense of dreams. We gave people permission that they can do things so out of the box. We're scientists. And we went on the Amazing Race, and we not only went, but we won. And so today, I'm here to encourage you, to inspire yourself and inspire others along the way. The road is not always going to be easy. Although I've had great successes, the leaps that I took to climb higher and higher were not always easy. Matter of fact, I've stumbled a multitude of times. But the joy that's achieved once those highs are reached, it's sort of an undescribable feeling that I am so happy that I can have, and I hope that you are inspired to reach your ultimate high. And so whatever that high may be, whether it's from a TED Talk today or a TED Talk you watch while you're at home, or whether it's helping someone less fortunate, or whether it's going on your ultimate vacation. Whatever it is, allow yourself to take the time to do it. It fills you up with a joy that no one can really describe except you. So why not allow yourself to have it? Be just a little selfish and be kind to yourself, allowing yourself to reach that ultimate high. And so I challenge you to get high. And so I want you to repeat after me. Let's get high. All together now. Let's get high. Thank you.